Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chris Hatcher.
Before I get started, I want to congratulate all the inductees to join a fine club. And we're very excited and happy for you and your families. And a special congratulations to Aaron Jenkins, who was a tremendous player. He set a record one day against the Ouachita Baptist at the old Cleveland field. In the second quarter, he touched the ball 5 times, scored 5 touchdowns. And after the game, they said, well, why don't you get him the ball anymore? And I said, because every time we get it to him, he just scores and scores, and we have to bring the defense out there, and we eventually run out of time. But he was a great player. And now his mama is as fine a lady that's ever walked the face of the earth, but I tell you what, hey, she can be a mean one too. Back in 2001, we had a good season going. We ended the season there, and the playoffs got beat double overtime. Aaron was having a great year. Of course, the year before that, Delta State beat us both times en route to a national championship, and we were gearing up for Delta State. So we were beating Henderson State 56-0 at the half, and we walk in the locker room and we tell all the starters to take their gear off. They won't play anymore because the next week we traveled to Cleveland to play Delta State, #1 team in the nation, whom we beat 70-12, and Aaron had over 200 yards that day. But after the game, his mama comes up to me and was very disgruntled that Aaron had not touched the ball very many times that game. But we really didn't need him. We needed him the next week. And of course, I told her that David Dean was our offensive coordinator, that you needed to seek his opinion on why he did not get the ball that particular day. But congratulations to Aaron, and it's an unbelievable story. He was in the inaugural class in 2000, along with several of the other guys here. We were not able to redshirt him, and so he got out of here before we actually won the championship. But tremendous player, and congratulations, UC. Great to see you. Great to see you. But congratulations to all you guys. I've probably been more anxious about this event than anyone that I've spoke at before. I didn't know whether some of you are going to hug me or some of you are going to punch me. But it's great to be here, and I'm very excited about it. Now, you got to realize, I know Red Cross, he's speaking 55 years of experience, but I'm speaking on behalf of over 100 or so folks here today, and it's a real special time for these guys. But I'd like to say, when the whole operation's over, if all the players from that team will meet right up here so we get us a photo with your families, that'd be great, okay? But first of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to accept this award on behalf of the team, the coaches, and our entire staff that's here today. You know, I haven't played a game since 1994, and so I didn't play one snap the whole season, but we had a bunch of good players that really have earned this honor, and I'm very excited and proud for you to have the opportunity to reach a huge milestone, and that is to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And after seeing some of you here today, I still see that some of you are on track to make the all-ugly team Hall of Fame. Some of these things only these guys will really get as we go along. But, you know, it's great for me to be here. And today is all about you guys and the huge price and the huge sacrifices that you paid to be a college football player. Wasn't easy. We told you it wasn't going to be easy. And I told you a long time ago that you would remember all the hard workouts, all the early morning mat drills and things of that nature. That's what you would remember the most. And of course, we had a great time back there talking about those days when we first got here this afternoon. But you had one goal. We started that 2004 campaign the spring, and that was to be one. And if you hadn't looked at your ring in a while, and the 2 zeros there's a B and there's a 1 in there. And you actually accomplished that goal and set the standard for future Blazer football teams. When we started that spring, we were looking for 22 racing lizards. And I think we had close to 100 guys on the team, and we ended up having 100 racing lizards when it was all said and done. But you look back and you think about how lucky we really were to have a championship-type team. And we always like to play the game. Alan Jackson has a song that I like. It's called Remember When. And we always, as coaches, we still play the Remember When game. And if you don't think you've had an impact on us, see some of the guys that are still coaching with me. When we're recruiting new prospects, it always seems that we compare them to the guys that played on that 2004 football team. You know, whenever we're looking at a linebacker that doesn't look real good on the hoof and is very unathletic, we always say, man, maybe he's going to be as good as Gio Blaylock. And so we always compare him. We always keep in our thoughts and prayers all the time. And so just a great, great opportunity for you guys to be here. But you look back at how lucky we really were. Yesterday we had our traditional Friday morning weight circuit with mat drills that you guys like so much at Murray State. And I got to thinking about that day that we told Fred Dunn, starting outside linebacker number 12, that he wasn't giving the best effort that morning. So we told him that we would actually pay him more scholarship money if he would quit the team that particular day. But lucky for us, old Fred decided to stay. Come to find out, he almost came in and wanted to find that slip he could sign to get out of it. But he's the one that faked the punt there at the end of the game that Coach Dean had designed. Black is what it was called, and he'd been bugging me all year to run it. And we needed 4, and he got 4 and an inch. Jesse Tuggle was over there on the sideline, and that, I think that really propelled and kind of sealed the victory at the end of the day. Got to remember the bus rides right out front to North Campus. Old Mickey had come pick us up, and I hope Mickey's still here. I don't see him, but he'd drive us over, and we'd go to North Campus to practice on the concrete field. We didn't have a field at that particular time, and no complaining. No complaining. At least you didn't complain in front of me, and that was all that mattered. And so those were great times, and probably more importantly than that, we practiced through 3 hurricanes. You know, we went to Valdosta Middle School. We had a goal line scrimmage at the 50-yard line. That was the only piece of dry turf that we could find. No complaining. And then we went through, that particular day, Coach Tucker had the lightning meter, and he's a little bit more generous sometimes than that. And we practiced in that long rain that one night, and had a great practice. That was a lot of fun. I know a lot of you guys remember that. But most importantly, the day that we made the infamous trip to Wild Adventures. And I remember that when none of you quit that day, I knew we had a chance to have a good team. We told the guys we were going down to somewhere in South Georgia, and we were going to do it junction style. And we hadn't been practicing good, and we put them on the bus, full gear, ready to go down there. And a couple of the guys, I think they found Jesus that day because they didn't know if they were going to come back. And you've never seen anything like it before. It was a great day, and we pull into Wild Adventures, and I don't think they believed that we were actually going swimming that day, but I think that really brought us close together, and what a great day that was for us. But to be honest with you, before the season, all the coaches you got to, we talked about, you got to remember this. We sat there and we looking at our depth chart, and we said, man, this is the least talented football team we've had since we've been at Valdosta. Coach D's over there shaking. I mean, and we were just distraught. You know, we'd had such great teams, and we just, you know, when you got a starting safety and his nickname is Fat Puppy, you know things are things are tough for you. And that was Spencer Fortin, who actually walked on the team and had a great season, made 2 big interceptions, beat Central Arkansas on the road at their place that game. But you guys thought you were good, and so we never told you any different. We never told you any different. And I know Coach Pruitt coached with me, and I told him that story. And he was appalled by it. And Mitch Stewart, who coaches with us now, couldn't believe that. But you thought you were good, and that's half the battle. But, you know, after the first game, we had a setback. We improved each week. And I tell people all the time that that's the only team I've ever had that got better each and every week. Each and every week, you improved. And the one thing that I can say is that you played better together than any team I've ever coached. But each week, you you got tougher and tougher and tougher. In fact, most of you as tough as woodpecker lips and strong as Superman's kneecap. And that pulled us all the way through to the end right there. But I want you to understand this. It wasn't your fault that we got beat the first game. Years later, after the game, we go 13-1. We get beat the first game. First time ever in the history of the school, Albany State beat us. Boy, we were in disarray, man. We couldn't believe it. We didn't know what was going on. And I finally figured it out, what happened, and it came to me. A guy told me this, but you need to blame your trainer, Russ Hoff. It's his fault. For all of you players know I carry a shoebox to every ball game with contents unknown. That's in that box, goes every game. And come to find out and nobody can touch that box except me, my wife, and my little boy Ty, or it's bad luck. And of course, I'm not superstitious, but come to find out, Coach Hoff actually moved that box before that ball game, and it cost us that victory. So we blame him for that one. But the stories could go on and on. I mean, you look around the room here. Terrence Bell made 2 great interceptions in the game. The week before the season started, we tried him out on the front campus. Decided he's good enough to play. Ended up having a great season for us. Maurice Leggett, NFL cornerback, played outside linebacker for us, about 175 pounds. Tells you how good a coaches we were. You got guys like that make it all count. And then I got to recognize 2 guys, and if you'll stand up, Leighton Cooley and Terrell Toomer, please stand up right here. These guys were the Jerome Jackson winners that year, the first time that 2 players won that award. And you can see the difference in size. One was a 220-pound center, and Toomer was just a big boy. But they used to battle every day, and that was how our team was. So congratulations to you guys. But you go through the season. We play UNA, overcome an 11-point deficit in the fourth quarter. Play Delta State. We win 52-49, and we stop them 3 plays on the 1-inch line at the far end of the stadium. And if we don't win that game, we don't even make the playoffs. Then Albany State, won't even want to talk about that. We get into halftime. We walk in there, tell you we're not going to change anything. We walk out. You guys figured it out. One of the greatest comebacks in history. And then, of course, the title game, down 14 points. And you ended up finding a way to win, which was our motto, find a way. And I congratulate you on that. But the memories will always last. They'll grow sweeter with time. And want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of the ride. But it was a very special time. That season, 13 victory dips. It don't get any better than that. And I want you to know, before I came in today, I talked to my old Indian buddy. And he said that he never got the chance to congratulate you for that last win. And he's the smartest man I know. And for me right here, all the physical preparation's over. It's all mental from here on out. See yourself doing great things in life, and it'll happen to you. And if you do anything between now and game time, I hope you get so damn sick you can't play. And you know that I mean it. And always remember, there ain't nothing like being a Blazer on a Saturday night after a big win. Congratulations, man. I appreciate it.